And it's not just, hey, are you coming to the con this weekend? It got to a point 2 years ago where hey, are you going to the con this weekend? Turned into, stop calling me, I'm not going to the con with you. Why not? Because I've been to 4 cons with you already. So, this month. Yeah. Anyone else have a con horror story? Okay, let's see. Who wants it the most? You know, are you dressed as Char?
Quattro.
Okay, get up here then. It's good enough. Is that a wig or is that your actual hair?
Oh, it's a wig.
Oh.
I waved at myself. Hello. This isn't so horrible. It's a little short. My mom is a huge Star Wars fan. So she took me to Star Wars things since I was a little kid. So we went to the Star Wars convention, and in the same convention center there was a Jehovah's Witness convention, which is actually was not that bad. We just kind of stayed.
I told you a lot of stories start out this way.
Actually, to tell the truth, it wasn't that bad. We kind of stayed out of each other's hair. They just kind of gave us weird looks and, stayed to the other side of the elevator when we were in there. But the funny part was that all of us, me and my mom and all her friends were all in Jedi costumes, and so we went to this restaurant. And our waitress hadn't come over yet, and you could see that she was like talking to the other waitress, and she was like kind of stealing sideways glances at us, and like we could tell she wanted to ask us something. So when she came over, we were like, "Hey, did you want to ask us something?" And she said, "Yeah. Are you guys at the Jehovah's Witness convention?" And we said, "No, we're Jedi." Yes.
Okay, I gotta tell you a story. Then I gotta tell this story. Okay, Anime Boston takes place on Easter weekend, which you'd think would be a bad time for there to be a con on Easter weekend, but the 19,000 plus people that showed up this year shows that Jesus loves anime.
Yeah.
But I'm at Anime Boston last year, and I feel guilty because it's Easter weekend. This is the first Easter ever I have gone to church, and I feel bad about it. So I decide I want to go just do something for Easter. There's a little chapel in the mall. There's a mall built right into the Hines, and it's packed. Can't get in. I go outside, there's churches packed. I finally find a church. It's a Lutheran church down at the end of the street. And I get in there, and there's a couple of other con-goers there, because we have the badges, a couple of them are in costume, hanging out in the back. And the minister is talking, Jesus, 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 he is risen. At that moment, a Jesus cosplayer walked in. The minister does this. Jesus does this. So for about 30 seconds it was like, oh crap. And then the minister does this. Everyone in the place turns around, sees Jesus, starts applauding. I promised it to her, then you. But you see, good things happen. It's not always crazy when religion gets involved. There were once a group of nuns that got glomped at NecoCon because everyone thought they were in cosplay.
Oh.
Okay, Youmacon was definitely the best convention I've ever been to, ever. But it was elevator madness because there's 4 elevators and a bazillion people. And it took us 45 minutes to go up 6 floors.
Yeah.
And we were just sitting in the elevator, squished up against the wall, just like, is it over? Is it over yet? Can we please get out of the elevator? Because the stairways were all locked.
Oh.
Wow, fire.
Baka, man.
That's kind of scary. Okay, you got another one for me? Okay, come on, Edward Cullen.
Okay, so I have to give a little disclaimer. This story is really honestly probably not true. I think it's hilarious though, so I'm going to tell it. My friend told this to me. She's a veteran con-goer, she's been to a million cons, and she said she heard this from her friend. So anyway, it's another religion one. There was an anime con going on at the same time as, I think it was a Baptist convention, and some guy goes, her friend goes apparently, dressed as like some demon character from some video game. He's got like a really complicated costume, chains everywhere, he's got huge wings, and he has 2 friends dressed up as little demon attendants who help hold the wings up. So anyway, they get into the elevator, and they're riding up the elevator, the doors open, and this little old woman clutching a Bible is waiting for the elevator, and she just stands and stares. He stares, and she stares, and the doors start to close, and as the doors close, he goes, "Going down!" And later, they see an ambulance.
Oh, no.
Apparently, she had a heart attack and died.
Oh.
I I told that story like 2 minutes into the panel. Yeah, no, you know what I love about that particular story? I've been asking around. That story started in the 80s. at
Wow.
least. I've heard it be the demon from Legend. I've heard it be all sorts, like Nazgul. I mean, that story has made the rounds. That is like, if there's an urban legend dedicated to being a con goer, that's the urban legend. Okay, you with the purple hair. I'm trying to think of like a one-liner horror story.
Did anybody go to Ohio?
Really excited.
I am. Did anyone go to OhioCon this year? No? Okay. Anyways, I went to OhioCon, and it's in this huge convention center, and there's a cheerleading convention. And it goes from little 3-year-olds, why are they cheerleading, to like teenagers. And
Why are they cheerleading?
I don't know, there's 3-year-olds.
No, why are the teenagers cheerleading? Don't they have better things to do?
I don't know. So they have contests throughout, and we're trying to. And here are the mothers and the girls. Like, I saw a 4-year-old in a bikini with like a number on it and colors and these little short shorts, and she's sparkling. And I'm like, it's so wrong. And the mother is like clutching her and trying to keep away from the anime people. I just wanted to say, your girl's 4 and she's dressed like a slut and you're afraid of us. Why? And then the best part is, one girl broke away from her little friends and her family, and she's like, and the mother's like, oh God, the anime people, they're the devil. And she runs out to abash the stampede because he's listening to music and dancing. And she's like, will you dance with me? And he does. And it's adorable.
I was at Anime Mid-Atlantic in 2008, and I was standing at a CVS with a friend of mine, and I witnessed the following encounter. There was a furry in line. He had a little foxtail and the little ears. Other than that, perfectly normal, buying something. And this woman in front of me with her 3 daughters was looking weird at him. He leaves. Immediately she turns around and says, my God, kids, did you take a look at that freak? Never grow up and be like that. You don't want to be abnormal. So the guy in front of me taps her on the shoulder, puts a dime in her hand and says, here's 10 cents, go buy yourself a brain. So she started swearing. To which he said, wow, you're making a really good role model for your kids right now. Here's another 10 cents, go buy a brain for them too. Yeah. Anyone have a story about like that, encountering people from outside the con? Okay, just come up here then. I've seen that hand raised. I'm trying to place where you're cosplaying.
Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, see, I don't do Kingdom Hearts anymore. I hate saying this. Kingdom Hearts is a game that got ruined by the fandom for me.
Oh,
I'm hurt.
wow.
All right, so we've all encountered outside con people in our costumes. And I'm sorry, I know you're not a fan of Kingdom Hearts, but me and about 10 other people were in full Organization 13 gear. So we had the black coats down to our ankles, crazy colored hair. We went into Fuddruckers. And me and a friend of mine got separated from the group. We didn't know where they sat down. We had gotten our food afterwards, so we were up at the counter. We asked someone, did you see where our friends went? She goes, oh, you mean the cult? We just agreed, and she pointed us to the proper table, and we enjoyed our dinner.
But you see, there's a case where the people were nice. I got another story about nice people. I have a friend who was cosplaying as Roy Mustang. And his friend was cosplaying as Mace Hughes. And they were late for their flight, so they didn't bother to change out of their uniforms. So they're standing online, getting ready to go onto the plane, and they go through security, and they find a giant folding knife in one of the bags. So they come up to them and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, we forgot that it was in the bag, we're really sorry, really sorry. The woman behind the counter says, oh, you look like nice young cadets, just get on the plane. Okay, we got about 10 more minutes. So, does anyone have any trap stories? Because we need to have a trap story. Need to have a trap story. As long as it's not vulgar. If a trap story makes you groan, then it's a good trap story. If it makes you feel
I'm the
squirmy,
trap. And I got, it was so bad.
go for it.
Okay, about encountering non-con people. Last year, I was in full drag as Lady Gaga. And I'm not facing the person. And they say, "Oh my God, Alex? It was my fucking uncle. He recognized me because of my ass."
Oh my God! Holy crap!
Why he was here, I have no clue. But I will tell you, I will never cosplay ever again. There's no chance. I don't know who I'm going to run into. Next time it might be my dad. He's going to go, "Oh, wait, your tuck's not right." Oh, God.
That has got to be the best told story I've heard in so long. Extremely brilliant. Oh, if I had a prize, I would give you one. If I had my Haruhi bag, I would just give it to you right now. But I don't have any prizes on me, unfortunately.
Okay, my own humiliation.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else have a trap story or an interesting anecdote? Someone who hasn't gone yet? Oh, Galaxy? Yeah, you got it. No, you with glasses. God, that's amazing.
Hey, I'm Rob, and my story is about drunkenly debasing myself during my first convention staying in a hotel. So, it's been a long day. It's the Saturday of Anime Next 09, and we're in my friend's room pre-gaming for the rave. Someone takes out Sparks. Now, does anyone here know what Sparks is? I'm thankful. It's the precursor to Four Loko. It's one of the first alcoholic energy drinks that was available. And I think I like caffeine. I enjoy alcohol. Good choice. No. Bad choice. So, I have that, and then I have about half of a Pizza Hut pizza. Again, bad choice. That's going to be kind of the theme for the evening. After this, I go back to the room and I'm like, I feel good. I should drink more. At which point I make myself a screwdriver that is, I would say, about 3/4 Grey Goose to 1/4 orange juice.
I feel for that. I'll tell you.
Oh, it gets better. So I'm dressed as the Scout from TF2. I probably should have mentioned that. And at this point, I had never played the games before in my life, so I was just kind of doing the costume because a friend had asked me to. I get to the rave, and I'm a stumbling mess. I am falling down. I have like mystery bruises when I wake up. At one point though, I feel that feeling. And anyone here who's drank to a point of excess knows exactly what that feeling is. The feeling that everything that has ever been in your stomach has turned on you. So I take off and I just bolt for the bathroom. I'll spare you the gory details, but suffice it to say no one was using that toilet for a few days.
Oh.
So I go back to the room, and I don't remember this, but apparently all of my wonderful, caring roommates decided this would be a great time to hang out in the bathroom with me and take pictures. So there's a picture of me with a Solo cup full of water hanging over the toilet with this huge retarded grin on my face. Just, I can't think thoughts. So, and then I wake up the next morning, and I remember the advice my uncle had given me the previous week when he had been over. Rob, if you drank too much the night before and you're hungover, eat something greasy. It'll soak up all the stuff in your stomach. No, do not do that. Or at least don't do it with the hot dogs here. Not to knock the concession stand. Most of their food is, decent to passable to won't give you diarrhea, but these hot dogs, I had nothing in my stomach. I sit down with my friend. I'm shaking like a leaf because I have nothing to power my body. And I take one bite. I get about 1/4 of the way in the hot dog. I swallow, and the hot dog doesn't agree immediately. I look up at my friend, and he knows exactly what's up. He looks at me and goes, "Do you want me to hold the hot dogs?" I just look at him. And